Okay, good afternoon everybody. Now if you watched the last video, we said that we'd probably do a make video for our next one. So we've decided to do a make one, and I've got three little helpers with me today. We've got Joshua here, that's getting all embarrassed already, Jakey and Darcy, and what we're going to do is hopefully make some bird feeders. So we've done a bit of prep first, and what we're going to make two different feeders if they work properly. So we've got two different types of bottles. We've got some sticks. We've got some string, a pair of scissors, and then most importantly some birdseed sticking it at the end. And we're going to decorate it as well. So once we've cut some holes in it, then these guys can decorate them up before we fill the seed in them and put them outside. Now the other reason that we're doing this one as well is because it's always good to feed our wild birds we have in our garden, and if you put the feeder somewhere nice, you can sit there in your nice warm house and even watch the birds when it's not a very nice day outside. Now as we're making, and as these guys carry on and get some decorating done, then what we're going to do is I'm just going to run through a few other things with you as well, and just run through a little list that I've done of the birds that we've seen in our garden over the last few weeks as well, because we've seen quite a few birds, haven't we, Joshua?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right. So we'll start with the first. Here. There's already a bird there, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have a look at them in a minute, shall we, bud? We'll start with the first feeder. So we've got a normal plastic bottle. This one.
Bottle.
It's a cup. We don't need to say it's a cup bottle. This is also going to help with recycling as well. We all know about plastic and single-use plastics, and we don't want to really throw plastic away anymore, do we?
No, because we reuse it.
We recycle it, excellent. Right, so we're going to recycle this one, and we're going to turn it into a bird feeder. Now this is where, if you've got younger ones, this is where you need an adult, because we have some sharp scissors, because we're going to cut a few holes into these feeders before we do anything. So in this first one, we're going to try and cut. Let's take the lid off first.
Yeah.
And it might mean, take the lid off for a minute, Josh. And then we'll be able to squash it a bit easier. Yeah. So if we squash it in half a little bit, and then we're going to cut two fairly big holes.
Why two very big holes? They've done it small.
This is where you need the adult with the sharp scissors. So I don't know why I'm doing it. There you go, there's one hole.
We flinged off.
Flinged off, yeah. And then we're going to do another hole on the other side, aren't we, Darcy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do this bit, Josh, calls. These bottles aren't very easy to cut.
That was funny.
Was that funny, was it, when it flinged off? It's a bit of water.
This was £2.20.
You don't need to say that, do you, on the camera? Right, so we've got two big holes there. Right, and then what we also need to make in here.
Dad, they're too big because the sticks are.
Yeah, well, the stick's not going through that bit. So what do we think we need this stick for?
For the birds can sit on it.
So the birds can sit on it, right? So what we want, somewhere in the bottom. So what we want to do then,
make another hole.
Yeah, that's it. Make another hole, but we want to make the hole so it's underneath the big hole as well.
Underneath.
So if we hold that over there, so we've got a big hole here, and then we want to put a little hole down here, and then what we're going to do is going to feed it right the way through, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, put scissors down for me, Jossie. Right. So what we'll also get
is a carrot.
Is
a knife.
A knife. Again, adult job.
Adult job with the scissors.
Right. So what we're going to do is just underneath there, we're going to make a hole. Like that. So we need to make a hole big enough. Right, boys, don't. We need to make a hole big enough so we can get them sticks through. Don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you still going through too long?
No, not really.
I use.
Right. So, put the knives and the sharp bits out of the way. Right, so Jakey, you can do that bit for me. So that stick wants to go all the way through there for me. Can you find the other hole?
Yeah.
Will it go through?
No. No, push it
Do
hard.
I need to make the hole a bit bigger?
Yeah.
No,
Push
I don't
it
think we do. Hang on. There we go. Push it through a bit more for me. Perfect. Right. So, that is basically our bird feeder.
Daddy,
So then what we do,
and
what we do then is this is where it would help if you had a funnel. Now I've got a funnel. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, with a bit of paper, we're going to make a funnel.
You know you've got two there.
I know I've got two there. Makes it a bit thicker then, doesn't it?
But why?
Yeah. So then what we do is you can put that. Oh, might need a bit of sellotape though.
I'll get sellotape.
Go on then, Jossie, get me some sellotape. This is where I should have probably prepared a bit better.
Yeah.
There,
Where is our sellotape there?
that'll do. Thank you, Joshua. Right, can you roll it up as a funnel then, Jake?
Yeah, I can.
Right, that's me.
I don't know how to make it.
Don't know how to make funnel. Right, we'll take corners.
We take the one corner and just roll it up.
We'll roll it up.
It's like a
Yes, Baba.
nose.
It is a big stick, isn't it?
Because one bit's going down and one up.
It's a walking stick. Not today, it's not. Right, so let's make that all a bit bigger.
Because all the bird seed.
And we can stick that in there. Right, Jakey, can you hold that still for me? Over the top of there.
Oh, can I take the bird seed in?
I'll take the bird seed in, bud. Only because I don't want it going everywhere. Because Mummy will shout at us otherwise. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole.
I'm going to hold it still. Oh, it's so squishy. I don't want it.
Right, hold it still, Jakey.
I'm just going to be careful what I do. It's not going through. I made the hole a little bit much bigger.
Let go for a sec. Oh no. Oh, that's why, because it's all slipped down, hasn't it? Hold the bottle for me, Jake.
Are you putting that bit in?
Why are you putting the paper in?
It's alright, the paper will stay in.
What's the bird eat it?
The birds won't eat that paper because it's going to get covered in seed.
And then they won't reach it all the way out down there.
So what we do is we'll fill it up.
And out to,
Where do we need to fill it up to, Josh?
out to around here.
Just before that hole.
Yeah.
Daddy, some of it's coming out.
Yeah, because there's the hole over here.
Just put your thumb on the hole.
No, it's not coming out there, it's bouncing like that bit, mate. Right, hold the funnel again for me. We need a bit more, don't we? Whoops,
What was that?
we slipped. Sorry, Josh.
It smells
Hold the
horrible.
nipple up, Baba.
Stop it.
No, it's alright.
She's bending it that way.
It's alright. Right, I think
That's not enough.
you need a bit more. Right,
Yeah.
take my job fingers, mate, so I can see where the hole was.
I'll just put my finger there.
I think that's enough there, isn't it?
How the bird's going to reach it?
We'll put that there and we'll move that out of the way a second. Ooh.
Now don't need to decorate it.
You want to decorate that one?
Yeah. But how? So we'll like stick a big paper on it. Some paper around it.
No.
Yeah. Because how we're going to see it
Right, so
in green bowl.
that one we don't really need to decorate unless you really want to. You need to draw some pretty things on the top, some flowers.
What is like it?
Right, so if you two want to decorate that
I
one,
don't.
and me and Joshy will have a go on this one.
Yeah.
Daddy,
So,
I don't.
do you not want to do that one?
No.
Right, so Darcy can decorate that one.
Daddy, I think that the yellow
Got
picture
water in
is
it. That's got
Yeah,
water
yeah,
in
the
it.
yellow will be good on that one. Right, give me scissors, bud.
I don't really do that.
So, the one I've seen done with one of these is basically you make it into a house. So again, You fill the bottom up full of seed, and you have basically 2 doors that open up. And then what we'll do again. Yeah. You've got to tip the seed in. So again, we want 2 holes at the bottom, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Place a stick through it.
Put the stick through it, and Josh can put the stick through this one.
And I can put the seeds up. How do you birds eat these seeds?
Right, here we go. Right, Joshua. Stick through.
Yeah. I won't go through because those songs are too small.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. If you go outside first.
Oh, that corner will go in. Whoa.
Right, there we go. And then push through, and then here you go. Fill it, carry on through. Right, it's gone a bit out of shape in a minute.
Go up.
But I think if we blow it up, what might happen? We'll have a go though. It's a good idea, isn't it?
I believe the
Blow it.
lid on.
Hey, perfect. Well, you're on. Right. So then what we need to do is cut the holes on the side.
For the birds.
For the birds to stick their head through. You won't use the scissors, mate. Well, I'll use the.
How big
Daddy, it looks
How big of a
like
hole? Hey, oops, bit of water coming out of that one.
Daddy,
So Joshy, draw me a hole. Use that black one. And draw me the side there of what you want.
Daddy, I think that swipes off. Look.
It's alright.
Those the birds can easily get through there.
Should we make it a bit bigger? Make it a bit bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit lower down. That'll do, yeah. Back there. Perfect. Right, again, parent, sharp knife.
Just place it out.
That's enough glowing now, Baba.
To get some.
There's that enough glowing, Lottie.
And there's some paper towel.
Daddy, is that enough?
Well done, Josh. Josh is just tidying up my mess.
Daddy, that looks good.
Does that look good, does it, Jake?
Get this.
Well, we're going to let the boys decorate this one, Dyson, mate.
Because you're decorating this one.
That's too much.
No, that's perfect.
Daddy, I don't think it'll look good with the scissors doing it.
That's our sides.
No, the birds can easily get his head through now.
Yeah, we'll do another one either side as well, shall we?
That means 2 birds then.
Yeah, we've got either side then to land on.
Stop.
Why are you making it bigger?
Now, where are the doors going to be?
Well, we're just going to have big open doors on this one. But if you want,
Yeah.
now, while you're decorating it,
Yeah.
you can draw as if it was a house. So you can draw a bit of a window frame. So if Jakey does that side and Joshy does that side.
It's black. Ooh, even he fell off my chair.
Daddy, when the birds can get through here,
Yeah,
they can.
they can. Right, so while they're doing that, I'll just pinch the camera a little bit.
They only put through there.
So we have our 2 bird feeders, one there and one there, which we'll put some feed in a minute. But this is my little challenge to you guys at home, something for you to do. You don't even if you haven't got a very big garden, you can still do this one. You can make these and hang the feeders up outside for you. Now I've made a little bit of a makeshift pole outside for these things to hang off as well. But just to give you an idea, I have a little list of birds that I've seen in our garden over the last few weeks. And this is the list, and it's a short list. It's a short list, and Josh is going straight for the big important one straight away, aren't you, mate?
Sparrowhawk.
The sparrowhawk, right. So, over our garden, in the last week or a week and a half so, we have seen house sparrows, starlings, blackbirds, magpies, black-headed gulls, herring gulls, thrushes, crows, jackdaws, pigeons, mallards, jays, blue tits, great tits, wagtail tits, a heron, the sparrowhawk, as Josh has just said before. He's a resident. He lives over in the trees behind us. I've seen him quite a lot. We also have a group of buzzards as well. One was sat on the house opposite yesterday.
And some
really,
birds
really
in our roof.
Yeah, they're the house sparrows. In our roof, we have house sparrows. And during the summer months as well, we also have swifts, which are not here at the moment because they've migrated over to Africa. So they should be back soon enough. But if you are watching any birds out your garden and you're unsure of what they are or anything like that, there are a couple of good websites out there that you can go and have a look, so you can see what sort of birds they are. You can use a little identification key. So you have the RSPB site, so rspb.org.uk, or you have the Wildlife Trust's websites will also help you to identify birds as well, and that is wildlifetrusts.org. Now what I'll do after we've finished making this video and I post it all up is I will put the links to both these websites in the spiel above the video as well. But I think the boys are near enough finished, as you can hear. Hang on, Baba. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to fill the last one up. Let's put that back there. It'd be better if I had a permanent camera. So, they have decorated this one. We've got pictures of houses on it. And what's that there you're drawing there, Jake? A birdie. Jake's drawing a bird on this one. Let's move that towel. We don't need that towel. So we need to put some seed in this one now.
What about me? Yeah, I'm so mad.
So we're going to tip that in there like that, Josh. Oh, I said in it, not all over the table.
It is. It's
Just put it through the lid.
Yeah, hang on.
what she's saying.
Well, the problem if you put it through the lid, mate, I think it will actually fall out more on the floor. So,
Well, I can just do
no, it's alright, myself. Right, I'm going to tip my hands, Joshy. That's enough in there for now, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for this bag, see, this is why I should save that ice cream tub the other day.
That's enough.
So what that in there?
See, we're even recycling the old ice cream tubs.
This one is, what kind of flavor is it?
So is that enough drawing on
It's
that
my
one?
I
favourite.
think that's plenty enough drawing on that one, so we'll tip all that in
Then
there.
I drew Harry
Put that in
Potter.
there. You drawed Harry Potter. We're having a Harry Potter on our bird feeder, are we?
Yeah.
Right, yo. Put that there out of the way. So, the last thing for us to do with both these feeders,
Lightning.
lightning. Right, I think that's enough now then, Josh.
Lightning.
Is to be able to hang them up. So, we have a bit of string here.
Oh, Daddy, we drew a hole.
Right,
Draw two more holes
we don't.
and hang them up.
Now, what we can do, bud,
Wrap them around the lid.
is we can go through the handle on this one.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it'll bend then.
I know, there you go. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, does it? So we have a
That
hanging birdhouse, like that. And then once we've done, then I will have to make sure.
They won't fall over there.
Dad, what are you going to do with that one?
Where are the bird seeds, Daddy?
Right, so that's like that, and I'll tighten and then put that on there. And then the other one is we make a loop.
And they hang on it. That goes up there.
Like that.
Like that.
Do that and go around the top there, and then pull that one really tight, and then we can hang that as well, like so.
Yeah, we can hang them there.
Right,
Let's just
There you
show
go.
them.
there you go. So that's both our feeders. Mind your hand, buddy.
But how are you
Show
going to
them.
hang that one up?
That one will hang like that. So what we'll do, so that's our little make video and our little challenge to you about spotting what birds you've got out in your garden. Remember the two sites that we said? So we had the RSPB site and the Cheshire Wildlife, Cheshire Wildlife Trust, or just the Wildlife Trust's websites as well, which again I'll put a link to up in the top. So thanks very much for listening. Hope these guys have enjoyed it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you want to afterwards, in the comments below, add some of the pictures of your bird feeders that you make at home. And also as well, why don't write a list and drop us by and tell us what birds that you've seen in your garden too. And then we can all see what we've got flying around in your areas as well. We all know which one's Josh's favourite, and that's the sparrowhawk, which I don't blame him at all.
Golden eagle.
We haven't got a golden eagle, mate. Unless you live in Scotland. If you live in Scotland and seen this video, you might be able to put golden eagle down in your list as well. So thanks again, guys. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon in the near future. Thank you.